Hello. Hi, how are you? It is joining in a second. Just well, we're still missing some people, right? 9 participants. So we're missing 2 more.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you back. And I think we're still missing a few people. From yesterday. Oops. I think it's about 3 or 2 people still probably joining. Let's give them 5 minutes or I don't know.
Katya, I can hear well. Maybe something with my microphone.
My mic. Is that better?
Okay.
Maybe it's just me. Okay.
Maybe during we waiting, we can someone can give a feedback from the homework.
Yeah.
It's fine. Who can made your data set?
We got Ed. Have you seen? We got images from Nilafar.
Where is it?
It was a message to Yandex. She sent a link to the Dropbox.
Hello.
Hi,
I
hello.
can also share screen if.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So you can just go on, crack on.
Yeah. So share screen. Can you see Google document or? Okay. So yeah, I got this these images from the location somewhere in Norway, and the export for the exporting. And can I talk about the data set that I just was wondering and trying to figure out them? So I used the suggested data sets that Ed told us, and I found the best one, the digital elevation, that was also near a little bit to my own field. And what I found is that some places, if I can show you, some places there is no data, and I just wanted to ask if that is okay, or am I missing something? Like if it get loaded in Norway, especially some places after specific places there is no data and nothing gets loaded. So I was wondering what is it about? And also my question was that should we, what is the scale of the location that we should consider? Or is it based on the data set? For example, I found some data sets were interesting, like this one. That is I don't know if I run it. Yeah, some data set. I think now there is a problem with my network internet, but is it important to consider the scale of the location, considering a city or a country or something like, if I have missed anything about that you have mentioned before? Yeah, that was it.
Well, I guess it depends on dynamic. What to your last question, it's really depends what you are researching. Like if it's about, let's say, if it's about something, I don't know, if it's something like repetitive, like urban growth of fairly even, I don't know, urban tissue, you probably can just, yeah, you can zoom in and have a different kind of separate snapshots, but of a similar principle in the area, right? And it depends what you're researching, right? So it should include infrastructure, kind of the clusters, how urban kind of tissue is growing. Or if we, with the example of deforestation, again, we need to see over a little bit of overall structure, but also kind of be fairly close in order to understand kind of this kind of a small grain, how all these plots are being cut down. If you're talking about something kind of a larger scale, I don't know if it's a coastline, obviously you need to zoom out a little bit. It's really depend on your data sets you're working with and how legible it is. I don't know, Ed, if you have any kind of technical tips in this way, what's the right scale for this exercise in particular, so it makes it works.
Actually, if I understand that, I mean, if you don't want to, if you're interested in not just in the dynamic of the processes, but interested in the dynamic of the landscape by itself. I mean, in one time, in one in one footage of the data set. You can do this and you can download the huge images or several images, but bigger images with good resolution, and we can split it into the small tiles, and okay, I can show you how it can be done, and you can use it for training too, but it's a little bit different from the general stream of our workshop. But I think it's possible if you're interested in the particular particular data set.
Yeah, so what Ed is kind of explaining, we discussed it with him briefly yesterday, that one way of kind of creating these multiple maps is obviously importing them and importing the same location with the correct scale, but we have to be lucky to have enough snapshots in order to train neural network, right? But if you don't have, if you have a snapshot only per year, you still can work with the satellites in the way he explained. So you download a good resolution of some sort of, let's say, urban sprawl, or I don't know, this deforestation process. And if, because it's repetitive and has the same principle, you can cut like similar patterns. And then so you will have, let's say, if out of one big image of some urban sprawl, which is, I don't know, during 10 years, so it's 10 images. So and you will cut, I don't know, 10 parts, 10 fragments, then you 10 multiplied by 10, you have enough material to input into neural networks. So that was one thing. So my suggestion is to be fairly playful with the scale. I think to make some sort of sense, just try to make sure that it kind of legible in a way, so you can see see what's changing and see what's transforming. Regarding your first question about Norway, I actually faced a similar problem because I was researching kind of areas beyond Arctic Circle. It's just not that many missions and not that many satellite missions in that area. I'm not a scientist in satellites. I have no idea why. Maybe they're more challenging or whatever, but it's true that you have a very good coverage in their areas, and once you reach Arctic Circle, it's kind of it's not much data to gather.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And, anyone else would like to share? Oh, well, actually, we forgot to ask what exactly was in your images. Like, what did you try to?
I just wanted to do all the process that Ed talked about, and so I just brought a specific bounding box and exported the images from that location in Norway. And nothing more. That was just
but why you were interested in particular in Norway? Is that
well, I'm studying in Norway, so that is the way to figure out more things.
I see. Okay, but that location you chose, is that anything like if you look in Google Engine, is that anything changed there? Is that anything transformed during this?
I think I should figure out more about it to get interconnection between the data set, the type of data set, and the type of the data that I want to work on. So I may need a little bit more time to find a relation between them. But I think I got the logic behind all these things.
Okay, good.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks. Well, anyone else would like to share or jump in?
I'm sorry, I was here in Washington. There is a horrible heat wave, and it was very hard to try to work yesterday because we have no AC. So I couldn't really do the data set because my computer was getting fried.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm very sorry for that.
No problem. Don't worry. We have data sets for you. Ed downloaded yesterday, so we will just those who didn't. It's absolutely your call.
Actually, I have already upload the some data in our shared folder, and today we can use these images to train, and after that you can try your own data sets, and I think it's okay if you don't have any kind.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else would like to share your data sets, or shall we just move on? How do they?
Okay.
Мы забыли Елизавету спросить, что-нибудь удалось экспортировать или работаем с тем, что это?
Да, получилось. Ну, просто я не знаю, насколько это то, что нужно, но да, я взяла Аральское, получается, это море, и я не знаю, насколько это корректно, но то есть я, получается, взяла с каждого года по месяцу, то есть, по-моему, декабрь месяц взяла, вот, для того, чтобы изображения, как я поняла, должны быть, так скажем, отличными, правильно?
Это как бы, если было много, то есть сколько получилось всего изображений?
Ну, у меня получилось в месяце по 4 изображения, и я сделала их лет за 10-12.
Ну, около сотни, получается.
Ну, наверное, да.
Нет, да, просто...
Я просто не считала.
Да, ну тоже, да, вот примерно с сотни начинаем, можно говорить о том, что может что-то научить, как бы там меньше,
Вот, и хотела узнать по поводу того, что нам же не важно, какой именно, грубо говоря, слой мы берем. То есть, сейчас, как это слой называется? Пам-пам-пам. Получается, у меня вышло больше сотни на аква, что-то там.
Не важно, нет, это ваш,
да.
да.
Все, то есть как бы это не важно, какой именно мы вычленяем, главное, чтобы было больше сотни, правильно?
Да.
Ну и чтобы
и разные,
видна
да,
была
динамичные.
разница, да.
Да, это была разница. Ну, у нас в любом там очень много суммных изображений, я сегодня покажу, это, на самом деле, что там все довольно-таки в этом плане все хитрее.
Хорошо, спасибо.
Пример. Окей.
Well, it's actually quite a good thing to translate that. We just it discussed with Elisabetta that she's working on RLC and she extracted her data set in that area, and we suggested that it's about more than 100 images. That's a good amount as a starting point for your data set. So you kind of.
Okay, if you finish with the feedback and homework, maybe we can go to next our step. It's a training of the and preparing of the images to train the model of the style gun 2 model, and I'll share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. You can go to our shared folder and go to the dataset folder, and you can see that I have 4 datasets which I downloaded, and we will use the one of them to prepare to the training. I used 2 layers, but with two different bands. I use a FPR layer, but I use this one band for downloading, and this one band, and all of this, and I download for 2 locations. It's for Amazonia and for the Las Vegas. And actually, I can show you how it's look like. In my case, it's this is a list with about 900 images. It's a full range of which can be downloaded from the Google Earth Engine, and it's look like something like this. And actually, to understand what's happened here, I'll show you the small 4 videos with all of the datasets. With all of frames from the datasets, and it's how I when I started to work with the datasets, I understood that sometimes it's difficult to work just through just and without using some visual software. I mean, visual where you can see your data set correctly and understand what you can do with this. And I understood that for me, as I'm not a coder, for me it's useful and more clear to use tools like After Effects to prepare the data sets. And I'll show you how I can do this. If you don't have After Effects, you can use something as an alternative. But actually, if you have After Effects, you can go with me and try to prepare in parallel, prepare the images. Okay, I just show you in the example. You can first of all you can download some of the data sets. But not is for training. I just uploaded for training and it's have already prepared dataset. And I used for example, we can use this one. Oh no, okay, yeah, okay. You can use this one datasets for preparing. I have already download this dataset to my computer. And this how it looks like in my browser Explorer. And what I need to how I need to prepare this. I need to make it square, these images, and a special resolution. Most of the neural networks model used a resolution like 256 pixels and or 512 512 or 1000 1024 24. And this is a standard for the images which used for in your graphical driver as a GPU standards, and it's and because of that this standard resolution used for the neural networks. Because of that, most of the images which you see in the style gun is square images. I started from scratch. I opened the Adobe After Effects and import these images, but as multiple files. It's usually used for the creating animation from the frames when they have a frames, but and you need to combine it to the one animation. And I can open my folder with this animation, select the first file, and check that it should be TIFF sequence, because for format of the files which was downloaded is TIFF. And for alphabetical, but it's not so important, because actually the order of the image is not so important for the style gun model, style gun neural network, because it's this model randomized the order to create the training sets. And but for you, it's sometimes good to understand the dynamic of the process. And I can switch on the forced alphabetical order imports. And when I import, if checkbox checkbox create composition was on, it's automatically creates the composition with this image, with this multi-file set. If you don't have the if it's not created by automatically, you can create, but by yourself. You just need to click left click on the of the sequence, and click on the new comp from selection. It means that you create a composition with parameters from the sequence of the files, and this composition has the resolution of these files. And how you can see is here. You see this is not a square. First of all, and it's not a standard. It's not a standard dimension. And to make it prepared for the neural network, you need to change the dimensions. And for this, I click on the burger menu here on the composition, and click on the composition settings. And thereupon the composition settings menu, you can change the resolutions. And enter the 512. It's a standard. It's good for our pupils, because if you have if you train with data sets with more resolution higher than this, it will be it's take a lot of time to train this your style gun model. But this resolution will be okay. But when you see the how your sequence fit to the canvas, you can see this is a little bit more, and to make it a little bit, and but you need to fit it to the scale of the which is necessary. And in this time you can actually, while I like this, because you can understand that you can change the center of images, and you can change the and you can crop how you would like to have in the to the model. For example, like this one. And when you set up all properties which you would like to have, you can click on the control click shortcut control plus M, and this operation creates a task for render. But how you can understand, you need to we need to not animation file, but a sequence of the JPEG file. Why JPEG? Because it's good for the model. And it's not have a lot of have a small size, and this is standard for the preparing objects or preparing images. And for this, you need to click on the lossless, and in the opened menu, you can choose the JPEG sequence. Just it. Okay, and you need to create some and show what output folder you need to use. For example, I can create new folder like this one. And make a different. I can make a different name, like for training, to find it after the render. And you can see that this hash signs, it's because you need to give a number for each frame, and it shows how many number will be saved and render. It's not take a lot of time, but sometimes it's of course you need to sometimes maybe when it's in the process, and maybe if you do something like this, I can show you the other animation which I prepared for the training. This is Las Vegas. Actually, for me, it was very interesting. Why is this white areas so static? I don't know why. Actually, I don't understand why it's happened. I mean, why is this is a real shape of the Las Vegas, but during the, if I remember, about 20 years, why it's not changed a lot in case of the this data set. But as you can see, a lot of happen in on the outsides of the area, city area. As you can remember, these data sets, it's about level of the greens, level of the which show the how many green of the landscape, but but I think when I downloaded this, I think I will see there some change of the area of the city, but it's not work. I don't know why. Maybe
I think this is topography. I'm just looking at this. It's probably mountains and topography. So this wide area is actually not a city. That's the your gray things, gray splashes. That's the city. So that these white things, it's the shadows of the mountains. What I see looking at the
maybe
it's quite a large scale. You've been
yes, it's a large scale, yes, because actually it's a pixel of the data set is about 500 and it's 500 meters. Yes, and it's and because of this I made higher scale for images.
Yeah.
And this one is a place location in Amazonia. It looks like this one. You can see this. You have a static white spot here, and a lot of noise, but of course it's about it's related to the dataset nature of the dataset. Okay, it was created. My After Effects have already rendered the images. It's like this one. And after that, I need to move it to the My folder, into the Google Drive. Actually, sorry, I maybe who are doing parallel these tasks. Maybe Елизавета, вам, может быть, пояснить какие-то вещи, что мы в After Effects создавали для того, чтобы создать, подготовить правильный датасет. Я скачал на свой диск на компьютере датасет, и после этого открыл в After Effects.
Да, это я поняла. Да. То есть это вот шаг для того, чтобы правильно подготовить данные, да, для...
Да, чтобы они были правильного разрешения, и все, ну, и вы понимали, что вы делаете, потому что здесь просто визуально понятнее.
Да, спасибо.
Вот.
And the rest of you guys, did you understand all the steps you have to go through to prepare your images for AI, for neural network?
Yeah, I just got lost on what's the ideal resolution.
Ideal resolution was 512 to 512 dpi.
Yeah, you have a standard resolution. I think it's the standard for the NVIDIA for training NVIDIA models. Telgan 2, this is a NVIDIA model, and actually you can train not square and not standard resolution, but it's give more time to train not a standard resolution.
Thank you.
Okay. After that, this is my yes. Yeah. Okay. I have already upload this my previous prepared images into the Google Drive, and you can use this one folder, and
the one which called for training.
Well, yes, which called for training.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, you can go to the to open the training collab files. Okay. I upload new file to our folder collab notebooks. This is a style gun other style gun training. First of all, you need to style gun train. As before, you need to copy to your Google Drive this folder or this file, and I'll show you how it's working on with this data set. Yes. I open this collab file here, and I can go with you through this style gun training notebook. First of all, maybe I need to stop here and make some assumption of what style gun is. Style gun is a generative neural network which allow you to train the style gun model with some images. And after this, this model can create own new images which look like something from the data set which we used for the training. But actually, when you if you would like to train model from scratch, it's usually take a lot of time. It's take a lot of computation time, and actually no one do it by not so many people can train your own model by from scratch. But this style gun has very good property is that it can be retraining after it was trained by other images, and you can give some model and train it again. It takes less time than training from zero point, and we use this way to train our style gun model. For this for this purpose, we have this file and go through this. First of all, first block, and how you can remember, we need to run step by step all of these cells, all of these blocks. First of all, and I can do this. First is about installation of the style gun. It's install the TensorFlow. It's a library for training and for training and create neural networks. After this, I run the next block, and as you can see this block. Actually, it contains 4 blocks inside, but actually, if you you can run all of 4 blocks by one click. Is a training functions. After that, we need to mount your Google Drive. We did it. We need to accept the sign in and to copy this code and copy paste into this box. That's it. After this, you need to make a folder for which will be used for the for training. It's several folder, root folder, style gun, and 4 folders: data, the data sets, models, results. Data will contain your data for training. Data sets, it's special files which generated during which generated from the your data, and model will be trained with the data sets, not the data directly, by it will be trained through the data set. And of course, model should create. After that, we will create a result, and we need to say someone else some place to save the results. Okay. Actually, I have already have this these folders, and I don't need to make this again. It's just need one time. And after this, I have to create a data set. For this, I need to put here the right folder, and for this for this purpose, I can select the icon folder, and I'll show I see the drive folder, and how can see it's this is my structure of the folders inside the Google Drive. And after that, I can go to the my workshop, our workshop, folder, and I find the folder which I need to, which I'm going to use, this one. Click on the 3 dots, and sorry for the Russia.
Copy the path.
Copy path. Select the select this text, and copy paste the new one. Here I need to show the folder for your data sets which will be created from the files from this folder. And actually, it's useful to use the same name. It should be set here inside the sets, but you need to create a new folder, and you need to just set up the name. And after this, you can run the folder. If some folder doesn't exist, just a moment.
What was the second folder you exported? Sorry, I lost it.
Second, this one.
Yeah.
It's folder where will be created a data set. That set is special files which created from the files images from the images.
Yeah. So
and
we need to.
Yes, and usually it's you can use this this path style gun datasets, but add the special folder where you will be created the all of the new files of datasets. Just have to understand what happened with my
you have a very long path.
I understand. Yeah, no. It's not it's my he don't understand the apostrophe inside the name of the folder, and we need to rename this our shared folder to remove the apostrophe. This one. Actually, you can put all of data sets from here, not here, but the style gun folder. I'll show you. Yeah, this folder, and if you can put your folder is here as I made it before. It will be good with your all points with your path will be okay. Okay, I remove the apostrophe and did it again. It should be nice. Yes. And after this, I need to change a little bit this block. This block is created a folders, but I need to create a data set from the your initial folder. For this one, I need to put here the right name. First, this one text, it's about input folder, but this part of the text of the code, it's the target folder for your data set, and you need to see this all of stuff is correctly copy paste. I copy paste the first one from my drive, and full string should be like here. And next part should like this. This two strings should be the same for these two part of the code. And after that, I run this block. And if it's okay, not image. Something goes wrong. Okay, content, drive, highlight. Okay. Just a moment. Again. Oh yeah, maybe I missed something. And when it starts, it takes it takes some time, and this shows the information about the processing, and because this folder, this set has a lot of images, about 1,000 images. It's good for the training, but it's not good for the creating data set. I mean, because it takes more time. If you, but actually, it's if you when you prepare your data set, you can remember that you need to be between the maybe 500 and to 1,000 images, because smaller it gives not so good result, because the number of the image not so okay for the training. But if you use more than 1,000 images, it's not okay too, because it can takes a lot of time. Okay. After I can go I can go further, because I have already data set, and then can use this one before I can wait before it's finished. And you can image that we have already data set. Actually, I can to train if you I can put data set inside our folder actually.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe yes, I found this and copy the data set. It's not this from notes. This it's not from this data set, but I have already this data sets here. It's from the other data layer, and it's Los Angeles, if I remember exactly. And how the data set looks like it's several images. No, images, sorry, several files. Each file is actually consists information about scale of the images for each images creating several points of the scale, and it shows this scale inside. But actually, just information for the neural network. You couldn't do with this anything. Okay, now let's copy paste this. Make a copy and. How can I will just create okay, maybe I put it inside here.
Why doesn't let you to copy? Is it? You wanna move?
I rename this. Sorry. Something goes wrong with my Google Drive. Don't want to. Don't give me change the name.
Rename? А, тебе не разрешает. Let me move to our okay. And wait a minute, this is the folder we have to replace in the second row data in create data sets, right?
Yeah.
Mm?
Yes. Oh, actually, it's.
So you need to change it again, huh?
It's already done. In my case, my create the collab create has already create a data set from our folder. I can actually move rename and move to our folder too.
Mm-hmm.
Just name it dataset. It's a new dataset. Yes. Okay. And okay, I can use it from our folder, not from the style gun folder. Okay. Let's forward. Next steps is I need to set up a parameters for model. First of all, it's style gun. It's create a special folder inside the Google Colab, not in Google Drive. Next one, it's about what is setup of the training model. This parameters is usually 20,000. It's about epoch because I understand the process of the training. It's about when train machine make a new epoch step by step, and it's train by yourself for, on the history of its train on its history, and this parameters you don't need to change it. It's about 20,000, and it's about how many can epoch can be. Next parameter, it's folder. Audio directory, and which it's about it's show the folder for your model. By default, it's this pass in style gun folder, my models, and you can create the name of the folder inside the my model, like name of the dataset, and you need to show the data. Data, I mean, it's, in this case, it means the data sets, and this folder is in my case will be a workshop folder, datasets, and Amazonia dataset. I can copy the path, the path inside here. And I need to resume it. This is a base model which we will train. And for this one, I used model of the floor plans, and I need to. I understand that I don't give you this this model. Just a moment. I need to copy this model inside inside our folder. Models. This model is model which I used for creating my endless skyscraper. Floor plans. I copy this one. I don't understand why it's not make it copy. And move to our data sets. Move. And this is a model. It has extension PKL. You can, if you'd like to have and train another model, you can find by Googling. Actually, if you try to Google style gun 2 model, you can find something. Model download. You can go to some page and try to find something to download. For example, I can find I found the actually it's our model, and you can find the table of models like this one. It's all it's this is all models which can be used as starting for training. How you can see, it's not a good trained model because this creature is too strange. But actually, you can use another model. Maybe you can download the model with the maps and start from this point. But in our case, I will use the floor plan model. I have already uploaded to our data set, and it's this one. And I need to copy and paste the path to this model. And next parameter it's more important. It's a resume key img. It's how many epoch was trained with the model, and if you don't know the number of the epochs, you can use 50,000. But if you know, it's sometimes in name of the model has a number, and this number is a number of the epoch, and you can use this one, like this one. And after that, you run this parameters. It just saves the parameters inside the memory. After this, you need to run for cells of the plots.
Just checking, is that so far, is that stuff clear what Edward is showing?
Yeah.
Any questions?
I have one question about the pre-trained models. Like, so using different pre-trained models will then change the outputs, like of what kind of images are generated, or
after several, actually we can see the. I will show you how it's look like when how the pre-trained model after several epochs looks generate the images looks like your images, not the images from the pre-trained images.
Okay, yeah. Because I was wondering, like, you showed us some images, like some pre-trained models.
I'll show you. And after this, we can just start the training, and maybe let's go for not nice. It's good. Files. Just a moment. Something wrong with my preparing. Is audio model. It's just okay. Should be okay. Content. Data. The set. I did the set. It's very strange, but I have an empty folder with the cassette.
Maybe it didn't copy yet because it's very, very big. Because you've been moving stuff.
It's very strange because I don't have the cassette. Okay, maybe we can use this one. That's it. I don't know why it's as it's empty. Maybe I did wrong something with. Funny. All of the files inside other folder. Move it to the right folder. I don't know why it's happening. Okay. It should be okay now. Yeah.
Для Елизаветы, Елизавета, все понятно пока или нужно быстренько пройтись, чтобы...
Просто можно, да, быстренько, потому что где-то я потеряла связь. Я так поняла, что там нужно правильно называть папки, да, то есть какие-то символы нельзя указывать.
Смотри, да, с какого момента мы, я напомню, пожалуйста.
Ну, по-моему, когда ты просто ссылки начал.
Да.
Да, вот здесь create dataset отсюда.
Да, здесь важно несколько моментов. Здесь первый input dir — это параметр, который ты должен задать, где находятся файлы для тренировки. А второе — это путь, куда будет сохраняться датасет. Датасет — это именно набор файлов, которые создаются поверх изображений, и, по сути, тренировка идет уже с ними, а не...
Вот. Они со изначальными,
самими файлами, да.
Да, обе папки нужно создать на драйве, чтобы там эти данные
Нет, здесь не надо создавать, на самом деле, они сами создадутся, да. То есть вот
они сами создаются?
Вот это будет, а это можно... То есть здесь просто правило, чтобы было удобно, что называйте сразу какое-то вводите имя, которое говорят, что теперь везде одно и то же название вводите, значит, это вот в датасетах лежит, это и так далее. А дальше вот эти же две папки, вот эти вот пути нужно скопировать вот в два этих, здесь, наверное, самое, наверное, будет сложное, вот в эти два момента. Это место, откуда...
Ну, откуда берем и получается,
берем.
Да, и куда.
Да, это куда. Вот. Да, запускаем. Вот. Дальше есть проходим, и здесь вот тоже важный момент, это как бы, где мы прописываем, куда будет сохраняться модель. Вот по умолчанию она сохраняется в style gun my models, но вы можете, опять же, сделать свою, что правильно.
Папку сразу.
Папку, которая обозначит папку, которая будет также именована, как и датасет. И дальше data — это, собственно, где хранится ваш датасет. А resume — это где хранится модель, претренированная модель, которую мы можем взять из открытых источников.
То есть это не... Да, я поняла, что это не важно, какая, грубо говоря, модель натренирована.
Ну, это как бы немножко важно, но на самом деле по-разному они немножечко ведут себя, но вы не можете зачастую предсказать, поэтому как бы оно скорее может быть важно, когда вы тренируете, параллельно, например, тренируете несколько моделей, и просто какая-то лучше, какая-то хуже. И дальше здесь задается название, вот это вот resume KMG, это задается число эпох, вот это, которое, насколько было эпох при тренировке модели. Стандартно 15 тысяч, если вы не знаете, но иногда название, как и здесь, в данном случае, у вас есть вот эта цифра, эта цифра обычно означает именно как раз количество эпох. И вы можете 10162 скопировать, тогда будет более качественная тренировка. А дальше, собственно, идет уже дальше, и последний — это, собственно, сам старт тренировки.
Спасибо.
Okay, I will go to my models, and I will show you how this look like in structure. In the this our folder which we created for our for our models, and it's automatically create the subfolder with this number. It's like a epoch of epoch. It's but inside this folder we will find your models. This model which was created as initial model, and actually it's like a copy. It's more about as a copy of the initial pre-trained model with a floor plans. And as you can see, you have several images here. First one, it's reels, and this is this image shows the random images from your data set. In our case, it looks like very similar, but it's different images. And this named as Rails. And face init. This is how look like the images created by model. generated by model. This look like this one. I don't know actually why it's look like not a grayscale, because actually if you generate images during the collab code, it will be grayscale images, but sometimes because they are not so directly joined with format of the images, it sometimes is shift to the some colors, but it's not important in our case. And as you can see, there other as you can see the third images is a face. It's always named fakes, but has some number. It's the index of the epoch. 0000 is the first step. It's when it generated by the initial state of the style gun model, and it's should look like should be looks similar to the fakes in it. But I'll show you my previous training of the model, and this folder consists more than one model. This is the first one, but it's during the day it's create it's trained to and go through the 202 epochs. The last my model, and I can see the progress of the training during the images for which was generated automatically for each model, and I can show you how it looks like. The previous, it looks the same as in our current training, but the next step and no, next you can see that the images is changed. Something goes wrong, but not. And after the several epochs, you can see that the images started to be closer to our input images. I can go forward to the last one, like this one. And it looks closer to our initial data set. And actually, I made animation, but not from the last epoch, but it's not so important. And I can show you how it looks like. This animation was created by the style gun. and you can see how you can imagine and predict that you have our spots, white spots, as in the images which I shown, and the different in there are some difference which happened with other places, and of course it's if this images it has more dynamics, maybe it will be more dynamically too. And I can go to our current folder. It has already just one first network. Actually, it takes about maybe it takes about several about maybe 40 maybe 60 minutes to generate each new snapshot of the model. But I would like to show the helpful log file where you can see the information. It can be helpful for you. It's going to generate automatically and show the ticks. It's how many ticks you made, and the KIMG. This is like our pulse, but actually it's a little bit different. And time and time and other parameters like argument, and this is the something like parameters which show the how close your how close model generates new images, and how it's close to the images used for training. And next step will be after our model was created, we can generate the images from it. For this one, I will use the not current model because it's not has many steps, and I can use this one. I can copy this model and pass in and moved it to our dataset too. I just would like to take a name of this model and give this name to our model for test. Just remember what it was about. And for the next question for generation, we will have other collab file where we can make a 5 minutes breakpoint to and after that go through the generation of the from the model. Okay, if you don't, maybe you can have some questions before we can go to the generation part.
Do you wanna, может быть, для Елизаветы еще быстренько пройтись, потому что ты показывал.
Да, давайте, да. Что я показывал? Да, я показывал, собственно, как структурирована папка с моделями, которые тренируются. Что, вот если возьму вот эту папку,
это автоматически создается.
Да, вот эту папку, которую я указывал, а внутри нее создается следующая папка автоматически. Если вы будете, например, у вас что случилось, такое часто бывает, и вы начинаете продолжать процесс, он будет просто создаваться в следующем, там, 0001, 2 и так далее. Вот, автоматически. Внутри в этой папке лежат модели. Вот этот файл, это вот этот с разрешением PKL, это, собственно, сами модели, которые были натренированы. А это показано их, условно, это эпохи. То есть вот это у нас сначала появляется этот файл, потом следует вот то, что здесь вторая. Это то, что я успел обучить, насколько успел обучиться со вчерашнего дня до сегодня модель. Вот. Также он показывает снапшоты случайных изображений из этого этой модели.
Вот здесь как раз-таки имеет важность того, да, что мы задаем. То есть здесь за счет того, что у вас были floor plan, да, за счет этого у нас как бы от них идет история, правильно я понимаю?
История, да, но как бы, как видите, там примерно на 30-40-м...
Ну да, она исчезает.
Она почти уже
трансформируется.
Но в то же время все-таки это зависит, то есть если вы подбираете другую модель, может быть более удачно. То есть я когда экспериментировал с разными моделями, то некоторые разные модели, старт с разных моделей давал немножко разные результаты в генерации, в любом случае. Все равно каким-то образом влияет. Вот. Но это как бы только исключительно через какой-то эксперимент можно понять. Вот. Дальше здесь есть, здесь, в общем-то, есть снапшот реальных, это реальность, это то, что используется для тренировки, и есть изначальная модель, как выглядит снапшот изначальной модели. Также здесь есть файл лога, который может быть вам удобен, просто понять, теперь, сколько тренировался, сколько каждых эпох было, ничего не потерялось. Здесь можно смотреть по времени, здесь 16 часов прошло. Это примерно 40-60 минут примерно длится каждая тренировка. Каждый этап. Вот. Вот это из основного все, да. То есть сейчас я кинул в нашу сет одну из последних тренированных моделей, его, собственно, вот эту. И мы будем с ней ее использовать, чтобы можно было посмотреть, как генерируются уже модели. В смысле, не генерируются не модели, а генерируются изображения из моделей.
Тогда такой вопрос. Это как бы перенеслась, вы ее перенесли для того, чтобы это было удобно?
Да, для того, чтобы для нас. То есть по умолчанию всегда лучше использовать вот эту структуру, если класть изначальное изображение в data, в dataset класть dataset. Вот, то есть, чтобы просто было так проще организовать все. Вот, и переношу я исключительно для того, чтобы у нас был данные, с которыми можно работать.
Все, я поняла. Спасибо.
Okay. Maybe we can make some break for 5 minutes break.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just.
Laura says yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll start after 5 minutes, and maybe we can. You will make some question during this break.
Okay, so we'll be back at 5:50.
In your time zone, it's how?
Oh yeah, in all different time zones. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm talking about London. Sorry, guys. And I think I'm the only one person who's there. I was talking to myself. That's
50
fine. I'll be
minutes.
back at 5.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. Maybe will someone have questions? Not.
So far, so good.
Okay. Let's go to the funny step of this. This generation generate step. For this step, we have collab notebook, which named stylegun to other. As before, you need to copy and pass to your folder. This file allows you to create the images and animations from your model, generate animation, and go through this structure. First of all, we need to install again the TensorFlow and all libraries for stylegun. After that, you need to import the packages and libraries and training functions, set training functions. Google Drive, a very usual, very common step. If you don't have some folders, you need to create folders as before, stylegun models and results. Actually, if you use use this file, you have already made this folder. You don't need to don't need this step. Upload the neural network. So this is around the first first cell, and next cell is to select your model. For this, we can go to our Google Drive. I will use the model which I paste to the move to the our shared folder. It's the PTL file. I have to copy the path and pass this path to this place. Load. This notebook was with Russian comments, and I translated, but not everywhere. And of this, I need to upload the model to the memory. And after that, we are starting to do more funny things, like creating images and animations. Yes, it's finished, and we have several blocks with generation, block with image, one image generation. For this, I can create. I just need to run the this cell and see the after the generation. I'll see the image. What I and actually what I see here, I think here this is the code for which generate the images by some properties. And what properties is this one? This is a actually this is a random seed. This is a random number which allow which allow to create some edges inside the multi-vector model of the style gun model. It can be, you can just create own some number. It's not important, but maybe sometimes not so big, because sometimes it shows shows that is you couldn't give very long string to this, but it's not so important what will be. It's just a random seed. Size is just about the image size, and truncation psi. This is a parameter about the variety of the images which can be created, and in how you can go farther from the average of the images, because when you train your model, you create some vector field, massive of the vectors inside the neural network, and some points inside this vector field will be in average. Means they create a massive massive of the images, which will be closer to some average of all of the images which they which was trained. But actually, with when you make truncation C like 0.9 or 1.0, it will be go farther from this average, and can create something more strange. But in our case, it's you couldn't find it's very difficult to find what is the strange and what is the average of the generation images.
So which one, Ed, which one you used, for example, in your tower, endless tower?
Actually, I will show you after how we can create the here. Actually, of course, interesting to go far from the average, because it's interesting to see the something more dynamic.
So you're looking for some anomalies if you're moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it's about this images. It's just it's if you actually, I'll show the example. Now I create the images from the model of our landscapes, but I can create the images from the floor plan model, and I need just upload it, and I will show you how it looks like. Create. And you can see the image of the model. As you can see, this image has other resolution because this model was trained on biggest images, 1024 with this resolution. And actually, one of the why we have the strange colors of the initial images, which I shown you when you see the not grayscale, but the this color. Because the model needs to truncation of the size, but it's not so important actually. And here you can see the one of the floor plan. I can make other address, random seed, and it's create some another image. Okay, I'll upload our model. Okay. What happened? No, it's okay. And next one, it's just to see we can create. It's all of these steps is independence. It means you don't need to create this one if you need to create this one. Just different tools for creating some results.
So we don't have to run it sequentially, so we can skip steps.
Yeah. Now it's not not steps by itself. One image just create one image. Image grids. This
I see. Different ways of generating images.
But this block consists of 4 cells, and we need to, of course, to create step by step. Grid, image grid. You can create this grids from the images. Actually, if you'd like to see some massive of the images, and for this you have several parameters: number of images, truncation C, as I said before. Scale is about the size of rows. It's about the rows, and the thesis, which generates different addresses for each images around this kind of random seed. It's not important which is. Yes, it takes a bit more time, but it's great. Some from these points, several images, but in this block you can make you can set up a location folder, but with this slash. because you need to, it's a very important part of the code, which can be missed. And you create and you can create the result. For example, I can create the just a moment. I can create the folder which will be which will have the name results and our name of the layer, and save generated images inside this folder. This I need to have similar folder path, and create the 20 images with truncation C. 0.6. It's already done. And I can find it in my results. No, this one. Yes. But it's a random images. It's okay. Maybe you need to something like we need to, for some people's these images, but actually we need interesting to make interpolation between the two between the two states of the images. Maybe I think you have seen the animation with the generated images of the peoples, and is a smooth animations when the we don't have the some breaks during the smooth animation. You have interpolated images from to next one, and for this we can use this use this cells interpolation between two images. Important steps is number of steps. Sometimes how many steps you can between two images you would like other truncation scale, okay, and the seed. It's not so important too. You can give some other number and create a interpolation list. This one.
This is basically like morphing one image into another.
It's a image A and this image B, and between them, system create interpolated images step by step, smoothly. But it's not so funny than the video which we can create with this. For this, we have these steps, video interpolation. For this one, we need to have create results. Folder for results. So you need to set up this. For me, it's actually yes, crop. And we need to. I'll show you. This part can create the video and frame of the videos. And it's great. It can create videos, but it's not sometimes. It's not so has good quality, and because of that, I add small algorithms to create a folder and which upload which allow you to upload the all frames without compression. And for this, this should be our result folder for animation result and name of the our layer. And inside this folder, I need to create a folder for the frames. Actually, I can say frames. And here, after that, I need to run this cell. So that it's already done, and put here this folder, this movie name. It has to have the path to our folder. For example, not for example, but important and the name of the the name of the our video. Actually, I suggest to give the name additional text with epoch, like for me, no 00, because why 00? Because it was my first zero step of training, and epoch like a 200 because it was at my epoch which was generated here 202. Just to remember to you what is what's properties of the this animation.
Ed, can I ask a question? I've noticed that obviously the model you've been training, it's been trained on kind of Las Vegas images, and it is a satellite of Las Vegas images. But in terms of folders and names, you call it Amazonia. Is it just because it's a name confusion, or
yes,
you're trying to blend, like
no.
take?
It's a name computer. Yes, I think yes.
So it should be. It's because in your file you you initially prepared it for Amazonia forest, and you kind of.
Yes, actually, I think not correctly named this file.
Okay, that's fine. It's just to clarify a little bit, but it's actually, this part is quite interesting with this morph between two images. That could be quite helpful, because once you're looking into satellite data, it's, as we said, it's gathered like once a year, for example, and the process is already kind of, it's very fragmented. So it will be, I think you can use that tool to get this in between images in a way.
Actually,
What do you think?
You can create you can take several locations and merge together the data sets and create something in between the two several locations maybe. But you actually what you couldn't do is that with our algorithms, of course. because of course you can do anything if you know how it can be done. But in our case, we couldn't do the interpolation between the one year of images to another year of images, because
so we cannot do that.
Yes, it's like a fusion of all of the images into the one model, and it creates something around this data set.
Well, technically, you can run it twice, right? You can train it first on a not very good.
Yeah, you can actually what you can be done. It's you can try to train in earlier year and last year separately. But actually, but you in this case you will have the two different models, and you can create the different animations for each model. And good questions how you can merge after this how you can merge the two animations from the different models.
Okay.
But it's about the creativity. You can do you actually can use some other tools for this. Okay, let's start. Just make some very important things. It's you need to set up this number of images and number of steps. Number of images, it's how many images as the points in your animation you create, and how next number of steps is create how many steps between each per between two images you create as interpolation images. And trunk C, as usual, I usually use one value 1 because it's give more variety of the images. But sometimes it's interesting to see the small vibration of images when they go closer to the center of the mass of the vectors. I mean the average of the images. And very interesting because it's sometimes it's give a very strange animation where something happy in details but not in the overall image. Okay, let's start this process.
Пока процесс идет, Елизавета, все понятно?
Извиняюсь,
вот эти типы импорта разного.
То есть здесь несколько генераций. Это здесь каждая часть это отдельная генерация, то есть можно там, одно изображение, может быть, вам просто нужно проверить. Во-первых, просто удобно проверить, что все в порядке. Вот, там есть, можно сгенерировать сразу несколько изображений, например, для того, чтобы сохранить как в памяти просто как некий слепок, например, или репрезентация чего-то. Вот, то есть сохраняется грид с параметрами там, количества изображений.
То есть это вот эти данные мы забиваем.
Да. То есть, мы, по сути, то есть каждый из этих кусков алгоритмов позволяет вам сгенерировать изображение просто разным способом. Либо одно изображение, либо несколько изображений. Вот. И вот если, например, несколько изображений сгенерируете, сохраняйте, например, именно вот этот, сохраняйте в папку, да. А вот это, например, происходит интерполяция, то есть у вас генерируются два изображения случайным образом, и они потом, и между ними делается интерполяция. То есть создается изображение между ними, вот, по количеству вы задаете, собственно, вот здесь, вот, number of steps. Да, здесь я уже говорю про, в смысле, вот, про видео, создание интерполяционного видео. При этом у нас есть два части кода. Одна здесь создает, для сначала должны создать папку правильную, задать эту папку и название анимации. Я уже говорю, что хорошо использовать название анимации просто опытным путем, название, где пока описано какие-то опции. Например, в данном случае я описываю всегда, какая эпоха была взята, там 202 эпоха в нашей, и там нулевой шаг. Чтобы просто потом не забыть, потому что бывает, приходится генерировать очень много всего, и просто потом непонятно, что откуда берется. Вот, и создается. И дальше запускается код, и он, соответственно, создает анимацию и кидает в папку, которую задали, кидает отдельно фреймы, то есть отдельные кадры.
И потом это, получается, он все генерирует в это видео, правильно?
Да, вот сейчас я покажу какое видео. Окей.
Спасибо.
What's in result of this? It's not Amazon. It's not Amazonia. It's yes, it's Los Angeles. Yes, it's my mistake. Just understand it. I see. So you can see there that an animation was created, and it looks like here. As any animation, it has artifacts of compression, and because of this, we have a code which saved independently all frames like this one, without any kind of artifacts. Actually, this is all what I'm going to say in this day. Means that if we can wrap up it, we learned how to train the model, and we learned how to generate the images from this model. And if we go to our current model, not this one, you can see that we have already two snapshots of the model. 10 epoch we have already done, and now it's look like this one. Actually, it's funny to create to animate and generate images from the from the models which not have many epochs, because it's something in between the two data sets of images, and sometimes it's very funny to see the results of this, and sometimes it's very sometimes it gives maybe art effects. Okay, and because of that we can use some of this model independently, and actually to you need to remember additionally that all models have big size, and when they create a lot of images, you can have too many size of the folder with the models, and actually if you need just the last one, you can remove all of another models epoch, and without any kind of problem. And sometimes usually in my practice I remove the all models rather than the last and first. You don't need the first one, 0, 1, because it's not is initial. But then sometimes it's interesting to see the images in between the two data sets.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, if it's a model which has been trained on the building, and then you kind of link it to the, well, if it's a building which been based on grid system, I mean, it would be nice to have some sort of similarity between model 1 and model 2. Like if it's a building built on grid system and then it's a grid city, it will be quite interesting to see this in between conditions. Or for example, it could be like some sort of organic snapshots or snapshots of I don't know, urban sprawl, and then you train the model on that, and then you kind of using this model in order to train it on the basis of I don't know, Amazonian forest, for example. And then in between, you'll find quite an interesting kind of patterns, which would reveal some sort of principles of behavior of both systems.
Agree, yes. Окей, maybe it's, вот мы, когда мы создали нашу анимацию, естественно, вот появляется у нас в виде фреймов, то есть отдельных кадров, без сжатия, что важно, да, и просто то, что всегда видео имеет сжатие, которое просто от него не избавишься никак. Вот, отдельные кадры, которые мы будем, собственно, использовать в дальнейшем, их можно будет, они без сжатия и, соответственно, без потери качества. И также я показал, что можно...
удалить, получается, шаги, да?
Да, удалять шаги, то есть можно, да, не обязательно иметь сохранять их все, потому что они просто очень много времени места занимают, просто не иметь. Но я показал, что есть интересный эффект, связанный с тем, что когда вы начинаете обучать модель, то у вас эти интересные шаги вот как бы в самом начале, когда у вас еще видны артефакты как бы предыдущей модели, и начинают только появляться новые данные. И вы можете с ним тоже играться. В данном случае там может быть не очень интересно, но здесь видно, что вот появляется что-то. И вот, например, такие модели можете сохранять и тоже использовать их. То есть в смысле, что вы каждую отдельную модель можете использовать независимо. Вот. И вот вы можете посмотреть, что, например, вам интересен вот этот snapshot, например, и вы сохранили эту модель, и потом из нее сгенерировали необходимое вам изображение.
Спасибо.
Okay. Do you have some questions? No. Okay. Maybe we can give you a homework. and homework, of course, related to our day. You need to generate your train your own model and create some animations and frame with animation of this model. You can create the you can when you start to when you start to train, you can generate images from the different epoch of the model. This will be interesting for you to understand the deeply how it's how works how the models are works, and at the third day we will work with these images animation interpolated animations to create our 3D objects inside the monolith.
Okay. Well, I guess I was a bit, I don't know, for me personally, I was quite overwhelming. So make sure you are, you don't get confused in your folders, in your namings. Yeah, try to go through the whole process which Ed showed and train your model or train the model on the basis of our example files. Do you have any questions? If anyone has some, we still have a little bit of time, so it's a great opportunity if you didn't understand something or just go through things, or if you're struggling with something.
I'm having a little error about, well, I think it's the RAM, like that my session crashes because I run out of memory.
Yeah, sometimes it's happening because maybe you need to use other model, because the model with the 1000 pixel in resolution, sometimes you don't have the RAM. For this, I actually have the I pay for the Color Pro because it give me a more GPU and CPU volume, and yes, I don't have the this problem, but for you, if you don't, if of course I think you don't want to buy Google Color Pro, but for this one, I think you can use the other model. I can upload the additional model with the less resolution to our.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe it's if you will have the problem with this too, I will think how it's, maybe we need to decrease the resolution to 250 56 just a moment, I try to find the model. We can start from the start from the Beatles. Maybe for fun. I don't remember how I don't remember. This is I need to check this. One moment. I'll generate the images from here to understand the resolution. Model, for example, from the Beatles. Why it's not give me generate something? You can see the common error. I said before. Sometimes it gives me the error that you need to less seed, something like this one. If I understood correctly, yeah. And no, it's 1002. What? Maybe this one. Actually, I don't remember what. Okay, I can maybe I can. If I don't have the model with the less resolution, I will find it and upload it to our folder. No, it's all about the maybe kids. I don't know, kids. Oh, it's actually I think I can. Yeah, I give you this one. Maybe it's a small model. It's a small resolution. Maybe it will be better. I think sometimes maybe you don't would like to have the so small images, but if you have a problem with the memory, you can use this model, this cat. I'll okay. I will copy it to our dataset. And you can for test you can use this one. This model. It should work. And if it's possible, you can buy the Google Colab Pro for 1 month. I think it's not so. It's not so big price. Okay. You have maybe another question? If not, we can finish this day, and if we maybe during your homework you can if you can have some question, you can email us, and we'll try to help you. And tomorrow we can see your data sets, not animations and data sets, which was created generated by your models. It will be great. That's it. Да, что я просто показывал, на всякий случай я скинул еще маленькую модель с котенком, потому что иногда бывает проблема с памятью при тренировках, и он выдает ошибку, что он не может память закончена, не может тренировать. А в маленькой модели он может тренировать, потому что меньше места занимает. Вот. Если вы там, у вас есть возможность купить Collab Pro, он вас дает возможность большее количество памяти.
Возможности.
Да. Вот можете, например, на месяц взять, потом отменить. Окей. Thank you very much for your
Спасибо.
time.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you
Thank you.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
See you tomorrow.